3, 2, 1.
All right, let's get into this intuitive reading, this intuitive message for Cinco. Thank you, Spirit, and Brooklyn Frost. Let me just make sure that's her name, because y'all been requesting, and I need to know. Yeah, okay. So, my bad for not having that name like etched in my memory, but you know, it is what it is. So this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot and sometimes it's not. You have to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you are new, welcome. And if you are always here, welcome back. Okay, so let's get into this intuitive reading for Cinco and Brooklyn Frost. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Oh. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Whoop. You know me. Just waiting for him to say stop. Wow. This is a tight web. All right. So Spirit is acknowledging one or both of them is operating in an energy of poor manners, lack of tact, discourtesy, impoliteness, social grace is required. When I see red, it lets me know that you need to get grounded. But when I see this, what is it called? Compass. We'll call it a compass, you know. Let me know that you don't know which direction to move into. So there's that. Spirit is also acknowledging subconsciously that one or both of them is a nuisance, provocation, gossip, hassle, freeloading, and an opportunist. Anytime I see the swamp angel, it always reminds me of like a swamp, an area that has swamp or an area that is low-lying. So we could be talking about someone who lives in a southern state, okay? In the middle of the deck, Spirit is acknowledging that you need to have a come to Jesus moment with truthful communication, integrity, divine intervention, surrender, and reconciliation. And this is because someone is sweating like a sinner in church, hiding behind something that they intuitively know will get out. And so now they have guilt, remorse, nerves, worry, confession, coming clean, apology, integrity is needed. And they're sweating like a sinner in church because once it gets out, even though they haven't gotten it completely out yet, God doesn't like ugly. There's going to be an energy of nastiness, clash, strife, resentment, argument, spite, grudge, and revenge. And this is in the area of luring someone into, tempting someone into to come into the depths of your emotion. Like luring someone to be so raw and open only to drown them in your own emotions, okay? Or drown them in their emotions, tempting them with what appears to be love or romance. This could be a water sign or it could be a very emotional energy. Spirit is acknowledging that since this has taken place, they're trying to gain direction, putting boats out there in the water, boats equal direction for me. Again, we have water, so water sign or a water element trying to gain direction of themselves and which way to move next. Thank you, Spirit. Ashe to the ancestors, ashe to the universe. This direction of which they're going to be moving in is going to be trying to find something that's going to create fulfillment, enthusiasm, bliss and money, passion, projects. Just I'm saying this time I'm going to do me. I'm going to do me this time because the flower is wilted, which means wilted love. So someone in this relationship became too arrogant, too big for their britches, vanity, focusing on vanity, self-importance, being high and mighty, modesty is needed. Spirit is acknowledging that there's a swirl of communication, is very emotional, and this has some Georgian energy on it. That one or both of them is kind, tender, caring, charm, a beautiful and a flirtatious and a delicious experience. And because of this energy, because of this beautiful flirtatious energy, the relationship had to cease. Someone became too big for their britches, okay? And Spirit is acknowledging that at this time they need to be quiet, like don't say anything else, because there needs to be silence, discretion, contemplation, equanimity, consideration, thank you, Spirit, and privacy for the matter. Spirit is acknowledging at some point, once they do, get quiet, that the waters will calm down, and that again we see a boat. Someone is able to look at themselves and see the reflection in what they've done. How did I get here? No longer pointing fingers, but actually asking themselves the deeper questions, like doing shadow work. I do see mountains, which means they've been dealing with some ups and downs. And again, water sign could be emotional, or it could just be an energy of someone having a water sign element, water sign in their chart. But there's a treasured objective in them being quiet and being still. There's purpose, determination, smooth sailing, and assistance. Again, when they're looking inward, they will acknowledge that they created some of this turmoil within themselves. They created a splash, stumping into it and creating an issue around communication, passion, and love. Okay. And it's mirroring. So this was a mirroring contract. This was a karmic partnership. There was a lesson that needed to be learned. But it's more so for them to identify what lesson that they learned in it, not making the lesson for someone else to learn, but identifying your role in it. Okay. Spirit is also acknowledging that they're barking up the wrong tree, that there's a lot of shots being fired, and they're saying not now, dead end, stalemate. There's a lack of clarity. Perspective shift is needed on what people assume took place in this relationship. One or both of them are acknowledging that. Spirit is also acknowledging that at the heart of it, someone wants peace. They need to get grounded. There is a candle just praying for peace and praying for some kind of divine intervention or divine support. There is a spiritual ancestor here intervening. In one hand, there's music. In the other hand, there's a beverage. So someone is overindulging to blow off steam, focusing on rebellion, 3 sheets to the wind. And this is because you kept trying to make this work. If this don't work, I'm going to try that. If this don't work, I'm going to try that. If this don't work, I'm going to try that. And it was manipulating someone else's energy, maybe even to try to get acknowledgement on a larger platform. So this is my Brouhaha card, a breakthrough, solution, originality, receptivity, and faith. At the end of the day, Spirit is acknowledging that there was passion here, that you were friends at the heart of it, that this shows like a young love kind of energy that's resonating from this card because of the friendship that's resonating so heavy. So you probably were friends, or you've known each other for a very long time, since you were like younger, the energy is saying, because there was a lot of playful teasing and caring. So at the heart of it, there is love for the other person. Does that make sense? In the middle of the deck, because there's something else. Spirit is also acknowledging that there is lipstick on a pig when it comes to this relationship, when it comes to this passionate relationship. There's some fire sign energy here, but someone was in denial, covering up trickery, superficiality, frivolity, foolishness, and taking a closer look in regards to the relationship, in regards to the passion, amorousness, chemistry, longing, and an instant crush. So there was lies around passion, okay? And someone needed to move on. Someone needed to branch out. So how does Jay Cinco feel about Brooklyn Frost current energy? He feels like the truth is going to come out. Communication, honesty, courage, sharing, revelation, surprise news, text, and a phone call. It's nothing really that he needs to do, because Spirit is intervening, and it's not going to be kept a secret. Spirit is doing it so that everybody can get on the right path, and that's involved in this relationship. It's also acknowledging that subconsciously that he feels like this is a tower moment for him to get into alignment. It's a strong momentum, sudden change, necessary shakeup, a transformation with hope. So he's acknowledging that he's going through a storm around this energy when it comes to Brooklyn Frost. But again, he's acknowledging that she got too big for her britches. Arrogance, vanity, self-importance, being high and mighty, modesty is needed. And so now we have the wilted flower. And when we talk about Brooklyn Frost, how does she feel towards Jay Cinco? She's acknowledging that when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. She's being optimistic when it comes to the energy around him, persevering, opportunity, creativity, and genius. She's also acknowledging, though, that it is raining cats and dogs for her. It's a temporary intensity that she needs to surrender. This too shall pass, release, and cleansing. So she needs to release the energy on this. It's emotional, or she could be a water sign, but the release comes with a cleansing. But you have to release. Okay. In the middle of the deck, what we're not seeing is she's acknowledging was she pregnant at one time? There could be a manifestation here, but there's abundance, fertility, belief, support, growth, warmth, beginnings, and in your prime, okay? She's acknowledging that in the middle of the deck, like they manifested a lot, or, they created a lot, or she could have even been with child at one point. All right, what's the tea with Brooklyn Frost and Jay Cinco? Okay, red lipstick stain. So there's evidence of cheating in this relationship, and it subconsciously puts someone into a deep depression, or they will be in a deep depression. Spirit is also acknowledging that they're under a spiritual attack, fighting off negative energy, fighting a spiritual warfare, needing to clear their energy. And this is because there's a lot of arguments, or putting somebody in their place, arguing about their insecurity, arguing about feeling like they're under a spiritual attack. Someone was insecure because someone was venting and talking about their issues, and now there's an investigation. People are looking deeper into this issue, sending them love and light. What does Jay Cinco want to say to Brooklyn Frost? All right, I need to move on, but we still have unfinished business. Acknowledging subconsciously that she was so cold and that the silence is killing him. And in the middle of the deck, I want you, no strings attached. He's not completely ready to let go. So in the middle of the deck, but we're not seeing, what does Brooklyn Frost want to say to Jay Cinco? You deserve to be treated better. She's also acknowledging subconsciously, I should have spent more time listening to you. And in the middle of the deck, I spent way too much time waiting for you. So she says she out. She said, I'm out. Okay. How does J Cinco currently see Brooklyn Frost? J Cinco sees her as the diet. Who's this man with this fruit? She's gonna, okay. All right. The diet. This is interesting. Just a picture of it. Like, this is your new choice of food. Is this how you... Okay. Consumption. Energy, wellness, alkaline, edibles, organic, mental health, healthy life, fulfilled, abundance, diet, consumption, strength, boundaries, support, avoidance, fruitfulness, good news, fitness, holistic health, high vibration. That's how he sees her. That's interesting. And then how does Brooklyn Frost see J Cinco? Okay. Go ahead out there. Soulmates, 26. Relationship status, soulmate, infatuation, wife, husband, mate, friendliness, passion, energy exchange, true love, dating, spiritual connection, companionship, care, flirting, best friend, trust, bonding, opposites attract, connection, union, partnership, marriage, true love. These two must have really saw it like being a forever kind of thing. And it feels like things just kind of went awry. For a lack of better words, based on how the first deck went. So I got my reconciliation deck out. So Spirit is acknowledging that there is some vibrational alignment. They're dealing with ups and downs right now, and that they need to clear the air with the Sage card. Spirit is also acknowledging that there is some sexual compatibility with them on the bottom of the deck, but in the middle of the deck, the problem was somebody was a player, and it seems like they ruined it. Okay, unfortunately, sending them love and light. J Cinco and Brooklyn Frost. Spirit is acknowledging mind invasion. So somebody had this relationship in their mind, but it feels like somebody else came through. Obsessive thinking, someone can't stop thinking about you, or heavy on one's mind. On the bottom of the deck, when it comes to their relationship, somebody just keeps thinking about the other, keep thinking about the other, keep thinking about the other. But with the colors card, Spirit is acknowledging that someone is hiding their true sexual identity, or it speaks of someone showing their true colors. So you're thinking about them, but they're thinking about someone else. Thank you, Spirit. Some other way, some other kind of way, needing something. And this is because they had a whole situation with lovers and friends. Okay. So they have a whole situation. Unfortunately, they love friends with benefits. There was something going on behind the scenes. Okay. All right, let's continue. Jason, thank you. J Cinco, I was wrong. Oh man. J Cinco and Brooklyn Frost. Okay, hanging around still. No longer waiting. So this is interesting because it feels like somebody was hanging around and then they quickly subconsciously was no longer waiting. So on the surface, they were telling you that they're with you, they'll be with you, it's a forever kind of thing, but subconsciously they weren't waiting. Okay, thank you, Spirit. And now they are blocked. Wow. And now they are blocked. Interesting. Okay, there's that. Moving in love and light, J Cinco and Brooklyn Frost. Thank you. We did get 23 Golden Palace. There is always enough. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions, fulfilled wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you are entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches. Now share the wealth. So it's not just about materialistic value, which is Spirit is acknowledging both of them are very ambitious and fulfilled and wealthy, but that the true wealth is knowing who you are and what you want, and living in your true authentic self. So if something is no longer serving you and you feel the need to acknowledge that and address that, that is true wealth, as opposed to lying. Okay, so Cinco and Brooklyn Frost, Spirit is acknowledging good luck, express yourself, positive vibes, fun, confidence, happy ending. This keeps talking about a baby. Subconsciously, this is what they wanted the people to see, but subconsciously they didn't follow through. No goals, and there's somebody was a foolish person, earth sign energy. In the middle of the deck, this is leaving somebody with a 4 swords energy, air sign, mental overload, solitude, relaxation, stressed, but also having an introspection. Hindsight is 2020. So although this is weighing heavy on their mind, they're using this as an opportunity to kind of see things clearer. Again, true abundance is not just wealth, it's knowing yourself and being able to operate in your true self, true form. So how does Cinco feel about Brooklyn Frost current energy? He feels like she's reckless, with a lack of self-control, excess temperance in reverse, lots of emotion, could be a water sign. Spirit is also acknowledging that he feels like she put him through a self-sacrifice subconsciously, and due to her impulsive behavior and no longer being interested, with the Hangman in reverse. In the middle of the deck, Spirit is acknowledging he feels trapped with the Devil card, dealing with some mental health issues, addiction, abuse, obsession, and hopelessness. But Spirit is also acknowledging that once he comes out of this, it'll be an end of a punishment. He'll be able to fight back and escape this energy that is over him. Okay, and how does Brooklyn Frost currently feel about Cinco? Okay, she's acknowledging blocked emotions, bad news, and a breakup, with the Ace of Cups creating emotion, or a water sign. Subconsciously, she's acknowledging that this is due to poor planning, limitations, or delay, with the Three of Wands involving passion, but also involving business. And in the middle of the deck, she's acknowledging that she's going to continue to live her best life, seeking security, paying off debts, and improving her finances. What's next for Cinco? Seven of Wands, he's going to be doing some negotiations, but protecting himself. He feels like he has to be up for defense, like in defense of, with the Six of Wands, subconsciously, he's going to continue to kind of speak out about the relationship, but also kind of move forward with his YouTube career or wherever platform he's on. Success, fame, in the spotlight, and recognition, with confidence. And in the middle of the deck, he is acknowledging that he's still dealing with the blocked emotions and the bad news of this breakup, okay, with the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, so he might look like he's okay, but he's still kind of struggling emotionally. What's next for Brooklyn Frost? Ten of Pentacles, she's going to continue to get a bag. Inheritance, wealthy sum, wealthy family, lump sum, long-term business. She has a wealthy family. Subconsciously, she is going to be returning home. There's going to be some delays because there's nowhere to go with the Six of Swords. So she's looking for somewhere to live. Air sign energy. And then the Two of Swords, air sign energy. She's acknowledging that she's in a crossroads right now with a tough decision, facing her fears. She's in denial, but not accepting the truth. Air sign energy. And what does this have to do with the Knight of Cups? So there might be a romantic proposal, or someone try to come in and charm her, and she's just indecisive about it. She's at a crossroads with it. She has fear in regards to this relationship, or this opportunity to have a new relationship, or rekindle an old relationship. There's a lack of confidence and self-doubt. Okay, so now we sit back and let the universe do what the universe does.